Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and the talk around Washington, D.C., besides Biden's train wreck of a debate, has been for months, who will former President Donald Trump pick as his vice president? We may have gotten an answer today, but before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you want to see Trump as president again, no matter who his vice president is, hit that join button and become a member of this channel. So today, one of Trump's top vice presidential contenders gave an interview to Meet the Press, and he did not deny that he and the president have been talking about him possibly being vice president. Now, he says those conversations are between the president and himself, and he also goes on to say he thinks Trump could defeat Biden without any vice president at all. That, in other words, it doesn't matter who he picks. And I think he's saying that for the specific reason that a lot of people believe if he brings Tim Scott on, he's going to gain voters. If he brings on Marco Rubio, he's going to gain voters. If he were to bring on Elise Stefanik, he's going to gain voters. But people think that with this particular candidate, maybe he doesn't gain any voters, and it could actually take away some voters that we've been gaining with, particularly minority voters, young voters. Picking an older white man may be qualified, but we live in a world, we have to play by the rules of this world, right? Because winning right now, winning this presidency, that's the most important thing. We can work on retraining the country about this woke nonsense later, but winning is important. Now, this guy is qualified to be vice president. Here's the issue. If the other people I mentioned were not qualified, then that would be one thing. But Tim Scott, Marco Rubio, Elise Stefanik, they are absolutely qualified to be vice president. And that's the problem you run into here. And in fact, I got to be honest, I think Scott and Rubio are the most qualified out of all the contenders. Forget their skin color, forget their youth, forget anything else. I think they're the two most qualified people, period. They could be two rich white men with those qualifications, and I'd be saying the same thing. They are the most qualified. But I want to know what you think after you watch this interview, because this is a newsmaker, definite newsmaker. Do you think this guy is going to become the vice president? Do you think it's somebody else? Who would you pick? Let me know in the comments.
Handled best at a state-by-state level.
Obviously, as we started this conversation, we talked about the fact that you're on the short list to be Donald Trump's running mate. Have you heard from the president about this? Has he asked you to be his running mate?
Everything about the process of the vice president thing, that's between the campaign and those that might be being considered. But I would just say that President Trump, after his strong debate performance on Thursday, at where he was going in the polls before that, what this is doing for his fundraising, the strong performance he has, is he's got so many good choices that he can pick for this job. He can probably win the election without a vice president then going forward. But I think he'll make a decision.
Have you had any conversations about it? Yes or no, Governor, before we go? We're out of time, but yes or no?
That would be between the president and I.
Okay, well, that's not a no. Okay, see, I lost my pen. Good, we made some news. Thank you, Governor. I appreciate it. Governor Burgum, thank you so much. When we come back, pressure is growing for President Biden to drop out of the race. So will he step